Cleveland late last season.
Ohio.
Cleveland! This is for you! Oh!
Leave your whole basket.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
Miss BVO, what's that?
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BBO Sports TV. We back, another show, man. You guys gonna love this one. We talking about one of my guys, man, who's been a complete disappointment, disgusting. My brother Vergil Ortiz. And the question is, did Vergil Ortiz overplay his hand? I would say that's a complicated question, and we're gonna cook on that, you know. And I think the thing that we got to keep in mind is that Vergil Ortiz had so much promise coming into 147, and he did nothing. We all were excited about the young kid, big, strong Mexican brother, from the Dallas Fort Worth area. So we thinking, hey, this dude got a good fan base in Texas. He might mess around and do something special. But to be honest, I think just mismanagement and him kind of overplaying his hand has led him into the situation he is today, where he's been in 3 divisions and has never been a champion. And at 147, anybody that's seen Vergil Ortiz at 147 knew he had no business. There's no reason on God's beautiful green earth that he was at 147. He was too big. He was just too big. But I will say this, 54, he had some good fights. But I did see Baranchik putting him in his pockets like almost 3 times. So, yeah, he did good. But to be honest with you, Vergil's best win is against Madrimov, a guy who got beat dead, by Terrence Crawford. And really, I've never really seen a guy get so much credit in a loss, but that's exactly what you got with Madrimov. Madrimov got so much credit. We seen Boacek, he beat Boacek. We seen him beat Erickson Lubin. It was one of them things where it was kind of shocking to see how it was going down. But I will say this about my brother Vergil. He just really has not done a good job with his career. He hasn't fought since November of 2025. So we're looking at coming up on almost a year pretty soon, and we still haven't even heard a rumor of a fight. And I say this, I think Vergil really thinks he's somebody that he's not. I think that he thought he was going to get the Errol Spence fight. That fight didn't happen. That would have been a massive fight for him to fight at Cowboy Stadium against Errol to shoot Spence. It just wasn't, it just didn't happen for him. It wasn't in the cards, as they say. So now when you see him now, it's no shock that you see him, kind of like trying to play the blame game. It's everybody's fault but his. I think the tough thing about it is when you're talking about a guy like Vergil Ortiz, it's just important to realize that everything that he's experienced or going through is all the things that he created for himself. He truly did not take his career serious by fighting these nobody guys and kind of blowing his record up and just, to me, wasting time. His whole career has just been one waste of time since my brother Free. It's been one waste of time after the other, and I just don't understand what motivated Vergil to go this route, because now we're looking at him into his career. He's about to go to his 3rd division, and he still hasn't been a champion. I mean, he's actually his 4th division better yet. And it's just like at some point, you got to have that come to Jesus moment to say, what am I doing wrong? What is doing to cause this situation? And I just think the management of Oscar De La Hoya has been atrocious. Oscar, which is funny because Oscar's been more hands-on than he's ever been. But he just is not a good job at managing. He does not do a good job at managing personalities. We see Ryan Garcia is always going rogue. One minute Ryan is with him, next minute he giving him a finger, telling him he gonna sue him. It's just one of them things where you just don't know. And I think that as much as I like Oscar De La Hoya, the fighter, I think Oscar De La Hoya, the promoter, has been a great talent scout, But in my opinion, he's been lackluster at best as a promoter. Lackluster at best. He builds guys up with these big inflated records, then they get beat dead the moment they fight somebody with a pulse. You say, why you say that? We seen the same thing with Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia lost to Canelo, and then a guy came fresh off a paint job. He was a painter and knocked his head off. So it's just one of them things where we got to just be honest about what we've seen. And if I look at Oscar De La Hoya, his latest track record hasn't been good. But we do give him credit for Deontay Wilder. We do give him credit for Adrian Broner. We do give him credit for Danny Garcia. He brought a lot of guys to the game. Canelo Alvarez, Ryan Garcia. He built some stars. I just think when it came to, sustaining that, he hasn't done a good job at that at all. He said, this is great for Vergil. These dudes need humble. Vergil, I don't know who told Vergil he was this big star. I mean, Vergil ain't worth a food stamp outside of boxing. And if you look at Vergil, this is not a guy who's really good at self-promoting, doesn't do a good job of speaking to the media, not very charismatic. And I just don't understand where he got the big head from, or where he felt like that he was that guy where he could just do what he wanted. And it's just one of them things where I could say, I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised. And that's the problem with boxing in general. These guys get inflated to get a couple dollars. I'm from the ghetto, so I understand. When you get a few dollars and you from the ghetto, you tend to believe you're doing better than you are. But if you look at Vergil's resume, it's pretty decent. But the thing is, it's good, but no cigar. The fact that he didn't win a belt at 147, 154, now he's going up to 160, his third division, I just think it's been lackluster at best. And it's some dogs out there. I think it could be a lot of guys. I think it's going to be guys like Jaleel Hackett, Troy Isley, what's left of Lara. It's a lot of guys up there that he can fight. But I hope he fights them, because I think Vergil's track record is, if it's too tough a fight, he won't take it. Now, if you're talking about him fighting the Asian, washed-up black champion, he'll do it. He's shown the willingness to do that. But when it comes to actually going in there and fighting the undefeated, hungry, slick black fighter, he hasn't done it. And that's what has to happen if you want to be a great fighter. We've seen Willie Zepeda do it. Willie Zepeda went in there with Shakur Stevenson, got beat to death, and came out a better fighter. And I think he's one of the best fighters at lightweight, if not the best. Of course, I'm rooting for the hometown kid, but I'm being honest. I think Abdullah Mason has some room to grow. I think Willie Zepeda is that guy. And I think for so many times in boxing, we don't never just say what the truth is. Hold on one second. But I think it's just important where whatever you doing your thing, you got to make sure that you're making good decisions. And I think that Vergil has shown us time and time again that that's not his interest. And I think it's sad, to be totally honest. I think it's sad. I think that's just kind of what you get now in boxing, where we get a bunch of guys who do a bunch of talking but never fight. We've seen Keyshawn Davis say stuff like, I'm Craig, I'm gonna hit Debo Dev with a brick, I'm gonna do this and that, and then he disappeared. And it's just like that type of pump faking, that type of making people think you're going to give us a fight that you're not going to give us. It makes no sense. And I just don't know what you can do at this point where you're dealing with guys who don't want to fight. And for me, I think there's really nothing that you can say about it, because that's just kind of how it's been overall. Now we got a thing where we had David Benavidez's dad come out his hole and say, hey, I would love my son to fight Usyk now. Man, Usyk is retiring, bro. What are you talking about? Why are you making stuff up? And that's the type of stuff that just kills the sport, where dudes get up there and lie like a rug. They say stuff that's not going to happen. We know the fight for David Benavidez on Cinco de Mayo should be João Obataya. That's just that simple. There is no other fight. You beat the guy here. The next thing to do is go fight João Obataya for the ring belt. And it's just one of them things where clout chasing has become a premium. And I think being a really good fighter has kind of lost value to these guys. And you say, why you say that? I say that because if you look at boxing overall, just to be totally honest, who really is doing a great job of marketing themselves? Nobody. We still got to dig Abdul Wahid up, to kind of bring buzz to boxing. And he's been an absolute monster. and you can't even justify it. Now I heard a couple young ladies come out there and say that they love Tank, they want to have his baby, and I understand those fans like that. I understand you want to have Tank Davis's baby, but we got to be honest here. Tank Davis is a despicable human being. The fact that you would mention somebody's mother just one day after she drops dead is ridiculous.
But don't say it like that.
And it's just the truth. It's the truth. The woman wasn't sick. She wasn't going through any ailments. And unfortunately, Miss Clay passed away. And that's just kind of what we're dealing with. And guess what?
R.I.P. Miss Clay.
You see, we still see that swine, Tank Davis, still taking shots at her. And it's like, okay, I thought you was a Muslim, bro. I thought y'all didn't do that. I thought you had some type of decorum or some type of, morals or integrity. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. We don't see that in boxing anymore. We just see guys do whatever they think they want to do, and that'd be the end of it. I mean, you see Adrian Broner, right? Adrian Broner, for all this time, to say he needs somebody to help him. I need some help. I need this. I need that. The fans give Adrian Broner $1 million a month, and he's doing nothing but hurting himself.
That's what he make?
The word is he's making about $1 million a month.
Jesus. 12 million a year?
That's where he's at right now. But he's doing stupid stuff like getting fined because he's not on the stream.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of dumb stuff. And I just think that that's what kills boxers, because you got guys with no real work ethic. And that's the thing. I don't care what you're doing in life. I mean, you got to have some type of work ethic. One of my favorite people, man, shout out to Uncle Ike. Uncle Ike said it best, man. You got to make up in your mind what you want. And once you decide what you want, you can bring it to God and go from there. But these guys don't even know what they want. I mean, do you want to be a great fighter? Do you want to be remembered as one of the guys that they talk about ad nauseum or not? Now, people talk about Tszyu, how BBO should support Tszyu. But I'll say this about Tszyu. He's a piece of garbage. But I can honestly say, I think Tszyu wants to be a great fighter. I honestly believe that. I think he really wants to be a great fighter. I think he puts the work in to be a great fighter, even though he's still getting hit with the overhand right that Cambosos and Rolly hitting with. It is what it is. Because one thing I think we missed with that fight, and I think it's important to bring this up. The important thing is this. Rolly just waited around too long.
Way too long.
If you remember the fight with him and Ryan Garcia, he did the same thing, but Ryan Garcia waited around. Now, Rolly is punching like bricks, which we all know. We heard that numerous times. This is my brother insane. You heard that numerous times. But guess what? Tszyu didn't do that. And that's the part of somebody that wants to be somebody and do something special. And I always bring up this analogy. There was this kid from Lower Merion High who was not the most talented guy by any means at all. But he outworked people who were at least 2 to 3 times more talented than him. There was a guy named Tracy who was bigger than him, just as fast as him. He outworked him. There was a guy who could jump out of the gym. They said the man had a 45-inch vertical. A 50-inch vertical. A young kid named Vincent from Florida. He outworked him. And that's what you keep seeing. Devin Haney is not the most skilled dude. But Devin Haney works the hardest.
I disagree.
He works the hardest. Is he big and strong? Is he big and strong like Ryan? No. Can he punch like Tank? No. Can he move? Is he an athlete like Tszyu? No. But guess what? The skills that he does have, he uses. And we can't say the same for a lot of fighters, man. What is Vergil doing with his career?
He's a pig.
He's making money. We've seen a beautiful house he bought outside of Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
home. He got 6 or 7 bedrooms. But like they always say, it's hard for a man in silk sheets to still work hard. And I think that's what you see. He gonna go to 160. Who is he gonna fight?
What's the waistline?
We already know Lara only fight once a year or once every other year.
Lara will beat that boy to death.
We don't know that because Lara don't fight but once a year.
Lara will punish that kid.
Hey, I don't know. We gotta see. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Vergil Ortiz has been a complete disappointment. And I would say this. I honestly would say he has been awful. His career has been awful. His delivery, his understanding of what he's supposed to be doing is awful. And I think Robert Garcia is awful for not letting him know that. Your little brother, Mikey Garcia, was a 4-division champion. You know what you got to do in this sport. People forget. They see Robert Garcia now with the tacos and the enchiladas and stuff all the time now, and the taco pizzas, but he was a world champion. He knows what it takes. He knows what it takes, and he don't need you to be his mouthpiece about why he's not fighting people. At the end of the day, the kid from Philly, Boosie, has, to me, redeemed himself. The dude is a 2-time unified champion in 2 weight divisions. So guess what? Everything is made up. Everything that they said about Boots, they got to eat them words now. He's a 2-time unified champion. So you can't say nothing about the dude no more. And I believe he was a Ring Magazine champion at welterweight. So it's just one of them things where when I look at boxing overall, to my brother Bentley, it's hard to watch, man. And it's hard to understand how these guys get into these positions and they don't fight nobody. They don't fight anybody. They fight nobody. And these are the guys I'm supposed to put on the pedestal. When have you seen Vergil really test himself against a slick black fighter? I haven't. You beat Lubin, who was already half dead when he came to the ring. I mean, Boacek, to me, put hands and feet on him. He just stole a win. I could just keep naming the guys, and his best win is sickening, man, is Majimov. People be wiping their feet off with Majimov. Majimov ain't good like that. He just had a good showing against Bud Crawford, who just came off.
And that man won 3 rounds against Terrence Crawford, and people tried to make him like he was the next big thing, bro. It was crazy.
Terrence Crawford is that great. You think people are not gonna do that?
Breezy.
People are not gonna show him love? They're gonna definitely show him love because he's doing stuff that you ask him to do as a fighter. It's just like one of my favorite fighters right now, Jao Batai, right? Everybody giving Jao Batai a lot of hell because he's gonna fight in September 12th. Make sure y'all tune in. The Zone card. Of course, we're gonna have Golden Boy. We got Conor Ben versus my guy. Conor Ben, my guy, versus Ryan Garcia. And I'm gonna tell you this: Ryan Garcia is gonna beat him dead.
Man, he crazy.
Ryan Garcia is gonna beat him up bad. And it's one of them things where I'm gonna just tell the truth. Conor Ben can't make that weight. And if he do make that weight, he's gonna be killing himself to make that weight. He's not gonna make that weight comfortably, bro. We talking about a dude who just a few months ago was 180 pounds, bro. He said, "Stop playing with us." We all know you can't get enough of David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez is a terrific fighter, Bentley. That's a fact. I seen him go in there and make Zerto quit. He went in there and took Zerto's manhood, beat him to a pulp. I never seen Zerto. I never would think I would see Zerto quit. Zerto quit. It reminded me when Larry Holmes cried out the ring like a little girl in the Olympics. I hadn't seen that since Larry Holmes crawled out the ring in the Olympics.
That's crazy.
So I mean, this is one of them things where, hey, he said, "Prize, you really think Conor Ben going to beat Ryan?" I don't know. Do you think he really going to beat Ryan?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's trolling. The
last time I seen Ryan fight, he beat up a guy that been getting beat up for a long time. And what's his name? Mario Barrios, right?
Right.
Ryan did a move where he spun around, and people like to laugh at Wilder for doing spinning. But nobody laughed at Ryan when he did his spin move. Conor Ben is gonna beat him to a pulp. I promise you that. Ryan, I don't care how much weight, none of that. Conor Ben is a dog at the end of the day. He's not very skilled, but he's gonna let his hands go. That's what he's gonna do. And I don't think Ryan gonna. I don't know. Ryan was really sharp in his last fight. I hate him. Like, I hope Ryan could be unalive one day. But he can fight. He can.
Too much.
I mean, it is what it is. He says he want to dig up George Floyd, so why can't I say that?
Hey, man, chill, brother.
You said it. You said that before on here.
He did say that, but
that's why you hate him.
We trying to do some things on YouTube.
Okay, fair enough.
Games.
Well, he keep talking about crazy antics that he wants to do. So if I feel like the way I feel, I can say what I want. But I just think Conor gonna get him. I think that when the rounds get later, I think Conor gonna overcome. I know he's losing a lot of weight, but it's a lot of time between the fight. And Ryan not that very skilled. I think Conor more skilled than Ryan.
No,
man. Conor never spun in the ring.
This is the thing I'll tell you. I think you know, y'all brothers from Camden, New Jersey. I think y'all be confused. Because y'all think y'all from Philly and y'all not. I think the thing is this. Conor Ben was getting his head beat in by a half-dead Regis Prograde. I think they went and dug Regis Prograde up.
I hate Ryan, man.
They broke the lock off his coffin and they bought him out like the grandpa in Brooklyn. He was half dead and he gave Conor Ben everything he was looking for. He gave him everything he was looking for. Now, if you getting beat up by dead bodies, brother, I'm not impressed.
What did he fight at his last weight? When he fought Eubank?
154. Well, he fought at 160 with Eubank.
Damn.
Who was dehydrated, about to pass out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of them things where, like I said, when I think about Conor Ben, he's one of the biggest hype jobs I've ever seen in boxing history.
Yeah, for sure.
I think what Eddie Hearn did with him, as my brother Claymore would say, is diabolical. It's diabolical what he's done with him, because that dude is not even good. And he's getting big chance after big chance after big chance. And I don't even understand why. Because he hasn't looked good. Conor Ben went life and death with Pistol Pete. And
his last fight, he looked all right with Eubank with the knockdown and stuff.
No, his last fight was Regis Prograde. He did not look good. He looked
true,
horrible.
True.
He looked horrible.
With the $15 million, true.
He looked horrible.
Horrible. Yeah, you're right.
And the thing is, you know, shout out to my brother Pride. You know, he watched boxing sometimes, not all the time.
What?
They call him Blind Mellow Jelly.
Wow.
You know, he looking for his daddy's records.
That's crazy.
You're not looking for no boxing, because if you seen Conor,
been watching boxing longer than all y'all.
He's garbage. He's garbage.
He's not very good.
Garbage. He's garbage, man. Ryan Garcia is going to beat him to death. It's going to be a beating. They're going to carry him out like they did Ricky and Boys in the Hood. Get the stretcher, man.
Wow.
And the thing is, Ryan
put him in the dirt.
But guess what? We're going to see Ryan versus Tszyu. And I'm going to tell you guys something that people don't understand. I think Ryan Garcia is made for Tszyu. I think if Tszyu gets the unification fight against either him or Paulo, he can win either fight. The only fight I don't think he can win is the one against Devin Haney. I don't think he can beat young Devin Haney. That's it. But to me, we're going to see, because one thing I see with Devin Haney, he got dudes scared to get in the ring with him.
Yeah.
I don't know, for the guy to be Mr. Pillow Fisted, they're scared to death of him. He said Chris a whole decade older than Ben, too. That's why he lost. I won't even say that. He lost because he was half dead, man. Bentley, he's a 168-pound dude. Going down to 160, he looked like it was a weight camp. But he made a lot of money. And if I got two brand new twins coming, I'm gonna go get that $15-16 million too. They only fought because they raggedy dads could fight.
Wow.
Chris Eubank Sr. was a monster. I take that back. Roy Jones ducked Chris Eubank Sr. Chris Eubank Sr. was a monster. But Nigel Benn, dude, he wasn't that guy. He wasn't. James Toney, Roy Jones.
The UK make them seem like, bigger than what they are.
James Toney would have broke his face.
Yeah, 100%.
He would have beat the locks off of him, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Where I can't say that about Chris Eubanks. I think Chris Eubanks would have gave James Toney some work.
Man, Toney would have rumbled both of them British boys.
I don't know if he would have beat him.
What?
I don't know if Eubanks could have beat James Toney, but it'd been a good fight.
And Toney would have punished them damn British boys.
You got to remember, Roy Jones ducked Chris Eubanks.
It was business.
No, he ducked him. I don't want to hear about no business. It's a duck.
Man, Roy was a businessman.
He ran up the block, like you like to say. He ran up the block and ran to his grandma's house.
Wow.
He said, I'm not coming out. That's what he did. Either we're going to call the truth or we're going to play around.
All right.
But I'll say this, man. Just, Vergil Ortiz, man, when I look at Vergil Ortiz, it's kind of funny because it never gets old. It never ceases to amaze me that guys really be thinking they somebody special and then they don't be. And I'm just saying, when I look at Vergil Ortiz, man, he's been an absolute disappointment. Oscar De La Hoya has been a used car salesman.
A pig.
I think Oscar really, in my opinion, should sell the company and just be an ambassador because he's not doing a good job. Only thing he does a great job is picking talent. And to me, I think he got other people doing that because I just think Oscar's been horrible.
Yes.
Horrible. How do you lose Canelo? Canelo would have been signed to me for life.
He lost Floyd, Canelo, and Cotto. And then he had Pacquiao, wasn't he on there?
Everybody. Yeah, everybody.
That man lost everybody.
Everybody, because he's Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy, the gold medalist from East LA.
Yeah, no, he get money.
Before Adrian Broner was the youngest 4 division champion, that belonged to Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, he get money. So that's why the brothers want to sign. That's why they was quick to sign with him, He said Banks will make it in the distance with Tony. We'll make it the distance. I think he'll make the distance, but I think Tony would cook him, bro. Like 8-4.
I think Eubanks. It would. You know why I say that? Because I thought, and you probably gonna say I'm biased, is because he's my uncle. But I seen my uncle Reggie go in there and really give James Toney everything he can handle. And I think Chris Eubanks was a step above,
Yeah, Free said he would not make the distance. That was a typo. I think that he might make the distance, but Tony would cook him. And I just think, I don't know. Y'all underestimating how good Chris Eubanks was a really good fighter. Well, I said he'll make the distance, but I think he won't win no more than 3 to 4 rounds. I think Tony would cook him.
What do you say? You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. I love how he go from speaking like a proper Englishman to speaking as he called it in his mother's tongue, that Jamaican patois, man. So shout out to Chris Eubanks Sr. But to me, the fact that he made Roy Jones run from him is pretty special because I seen Roy Jones go up 8 pounds and fight James Toney with no tune-up or nothing. So I mean, it's just the greats do this kind of stuff. This ain't nothing new. I just think, honestly, what we seeing now on our sport, and boxing has been dead, and that's why it's kind of tough. I don't know what YouTube is doing to our views, but that's why it's been kind of tough because boxing is pretty much dead. I don't know. Maybe BBO got to start talking about the monkey stuff that'll get people more excited.
We get up here and be apes and climb up trees. Y'all probably give us our 20,000 views back.
Yeah.
So we should climb some trees tonight.
Maybe we got to keep talking about how AB is ruining his
life. It's a
pig. AB, I seen something on AB today that made me laugh. AB got so drunk that they had to admit him to the hospital. He came out of the hospital drunk as a skunk, talking about he want to go to the club.
I think that stuff be staged too.
I mean, even if it is, Brother Prize, that's too much, brother.
But he's still a pig though, because I see what I see though, so I'm not going against you. Like when you and my son start making me actually watch this stuff, I didn't realize how much of a pig he really was. I was just saying that. Watching it is even worse.
Yeah, he eat with his hands.
He's a slob. I watched him bite a bunch of popsicles and spit it into a cup and make some kind of drink out of it. Whether it was liquor in it or not, it don't matter. That's just fat people-ish. Not even fat people, just big back stuff. Like when you do stuff that's extra. You know what I'm saying? When you know you not supposed to be, like, what is you doing? I'm from the South. I was raised in the South. I've never thought to bite a bunch of popsicles, spit them in a cup, and pour some soda and something else or whatever. That's just crazy. And he knows better.
I do got good news. BBO is going back home to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. Shout out Charlotte.
I'm gonna let you guys know. We're gonna do something special. It's gonna be fun, man. You know, Charlotte is like a beautiful place.
Shout out to the Queen City.
You know, I wouldn't say it's all that, but
that's what it's called,
you know,
the Queen City.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing with you, but you know, shout out to all my people in Raleigh, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elizabeth City, man. You know,
shout out to all the. No, I ain't gonna say that, but shout out to y'all.
But I don't know. I'll say this though. I just never thought I would get to a place when we watch boxing that you never hardly see any good fights.
Yeah.
And then when you do see a good fight, it's almost like it goes so fast. That's it. Like when we seen my man Prince Albert versus Abdullah Mason, that was a good fight.
Yeah.
And the watching it live was good, but we don't get fights like that on a regular basis. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, we're gonna start doing a better job of covering, you know, more than just, you know, boxing.
Bree said that Oscar's the youngest 4 division.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true because I believe that
I think that it might be a tie or something.
I think Shakur. No, I think either. No, I take that back. Not Shakur, but I think Adrian Broner had it at 26. I think he had it at 26 because he was 26 when he beat Ashley for his 4th division. But I have to look it up. I'm not sure, but
I can see. I definitely know Oscar had 4.
Yeah,
he did it fairly early.
Yeah, he was beating some tough dudes too. The thing that's funny about Oscar is people like to say he don't have no signature wins, but beating Julio Chavez Sr. Hey,
beating the young Hungry Lion was crazy.
Yeah, Felix Trinidad.
No, he's not Felix lost. Vargas, Fernando
Vargas. Yeah,
because in that second round, he almost knocked Oscar out the ring.
He did. Salute to my brother Angelo, man, showing love. Shout out to everybody in Vegas, man. You know, y'all going nowhere fast.
Shout out Vegas, man. I love Vegas.
He said Oscar had it at 26, AB at 27, Shakur at 28. Okay. I thought AB was 26, but I'll take your word for it, man. Either way, that's a heck of an accomplishment. But guess what? We ain't gonna see none of these other guys do that. They're not interested in doing that. They're not
just to mention his name in with those other names is crazy.
Yeah, Oscar was special, man. And I think it's hard for guys who are as good as Oscar to help other people because guess what? Vergil's not as good as you, Oscar. So he's not going to be able to get away with the things you got away with. It's just that simple. He's not. But I'll say this, man. Shout out to everybody staying tuned in with us, man. YouTube playing some games, but it is what it is. You know, I promise Prize will come up here for a second. We'll be back tomorrow to wrap up the week, but we're trying to stay consistent, man. Like, comment, subscribe, get a video hype. If you're not a channel member, become a channel member. It's only $9.99. You know, we still waiting on a lot of people come join. So just join, man. Support business, man. And if we band together, man, nobody can beat us. If we band together, nobody can beat us. I think we got to understand that, man. We got to get, if you're not subscribed and a channel member to BBO Sports TV, man, you're on the wrong side of this, brother. We need you to come on home. Come on home, man. Support. Let's get this video hype. And on that note, I'm out of here, y'all. What you got for me, Price, before we go?
Man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the subscribers. You know, we love y'all. Pull up, likes, hypes, all that good stuff, you know. Protect your family, get some money, and keep your head on the swivel. And we'll be all right.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 9:45. Peace.
Yeah.
Go to plane out to Cleveland late last year.
Ohio.
Cleveland! This is for you! Oh!
Leave your whole basket.